One of the big pieces of advice that I got from folks was do not agree to any performance earnouts, because you might be really good at running your business, but then they're going to buy it and they might screw it up. They're going to say, you know what? We don't like your inside sales model. Let's go to a inbound lead, like marketing only model. And all of a sudden you still have to hit these like multi-million-dollar milestones that you're getting compensated on. So we only did time. All of my team got 2 years. And then because we were in such like a honeymoon phase with the founders, I agreed to 3 years. So me and my co-founder both did 3 years. Although we didn't stay for 3 years.
Sounds like a prison term. Okay, so you signed up for 3 years. What's the backstory behind leaving early?
So a couple things. They did it in a very smart way. So actually, my first 2 years, I wasn't even earning additional compensation. When I sold the company, I was fully vested. They unvested basically half my equity. Not half, it's like a third of my equity. And so they said, you will revest your already vested equity over the first 2 years. And then the third year, we're going to give you this big chunk. And this big chunk is going to be like your retention bonus, basically. And it was a big number. It was $4 million was what they wanted me to stay for. So it was $4 million plus like a deep 6-figure executive salary plus an executive RSU grant. So not only that $4 million, but you're also going to get a regular grant as if you were a VP of a public company and your salary and everything else. So when I signed that, I was like, all right, like if they need me to sweep the floors for $4 million, like I'm doing it. Like there's no way in hell I'm ever leaving before the end of this 3 years. Like there's no way. But I did something else that really changed my mind. I joined this club called Tiger 21. So Tiger 21, it was minimum net worth 10 million. Now it's $20 million, but it's basically like a professional network for people who have sold businesses or built businesses and built a personal net worth above this figure. The average net worth is $121 million. And you meet every month and you discuss what's going on in your life. And one person does a portfolio defense. They say, here's everything I'm worth. Here are the top problems in my life. And what really struck me was anyone in Tiger 21 never has to work again. Like by default, you are wealthy, you're set for life. But they all got to be in Tiger 21 because they had one primary question. Very obvious. How do I make money? How do I make money? How do I make more money? What really shocked me is even after they had made the money, that was still their number one primary question. How do I make more money? And I realized that's a really crappy primary question if you already have enough money. Like if you don't have to work, if you can do what you want to do, the last thing you should be asking is how do I make more money? It should be, how do I have more time with my family? How do I do what makes me happiest? Like the default question of how do I make more money, which I think is like, it's such an out of touch rich person to say now that I have a bunch of money. So I just want to caveat, like when I was broke, that was a really important question. And I'm really glad I asked it to myself all the time. But if you've actually made it, it's so dumb to keep asking that question, at least in my opinion. So I was like, I need to ask myself a better question. And my question became, how do I give back? Like, how do I impact others? Because I had so many mentors and people that helped me along the way when frankly, I had very little to give to them. They were already worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So like, how am I going to help them? They were just helping me because that's what they wanted to do. And I wanted to do that for others. And as soon as that clicked, I looked at the 4 million and I was like, I'm actually getting paid $4 million to, in my mind, like not be able to help others. I should be spending my free time helping others, giving back, teaching what I've learned. And it's almost like a bribe. It's a big bribe. Like it's, to be fair, even at my net worth, $4 million moves the needle. It's not like I wouldn't notice.
What was your net worth at the time, and what was the $4 million as a percentage of that?
So net worth at the time was probably like 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 it's that's a big number. Like it's not like it's like some drop in the bucket. But I was like, I have enough, and enough is all the money anyone ever needs in this world, and it's a different number for everybody. But I was like,
how do you calculate it, by the way?
I went to Fiji to a Tony Robbins seminar, And I'm a huge Tony Robbins guy. I won't go on a Tony Robbins tangent, but one of the key takeaways I learned was he had this framework that he called like the 5 levels of wealth. And level 1 was basically, if you stop working, you can afford like to barely scrap by. Like you have to downsize your apartment and move into this crappy little place and live on ramen, but like you can kind of get there. Level 5 is you can buy whatever you want. You can buy the $200 million condo, you can buy the yacht, you name it. And I am not level 5. Like I'm just not there. But level 4, which is basically the way to think about it, is you can't buy the $200 million condo, but you can buy the $2 million condo, and that's still pretty nice. You can't buy the yacht. You can charter it for a weekend every now and then. So it's like you're almost at your insane dream life. It's just a little toned down. And I was like, I'm there. And level 5 would be fun, but level 5 doesn't serve anyone but me. And I think I have something more important to do with my life. So kind of just walking through that framework on this like little poor remote village in Fiji, frankly, I was like, I think I have enough. And, that happened about a year after the sale. So I still stayed for a year because Upstart like objectively changed my life. I literally have achieved at the time all of my life goals, all my financial goals, everything. And they took a big leap of faith on me. They gave me a term sheet within a week for 10% more than I asked for. So I knew I wanted to stay to do well by them. And 100% of my team joined Upstart. Every single person signed with Upstart when they gave them the employment offers. So I was like, I need to do right by my team. So I stayed about another year and really helped get them. We went from 160 dealerships to I want to say like 700, 800 dealerships in that 2 years. So like massive growth. The CEO himself has multiple times called our acquisition a 10 out of 10, like a dream fit. And that really mattered to me because you also, I think this thing that founders do that I hear a lot about, and I just never wanted to be that guy, was like, as soon as they get acquired, they're like, screw this company. Like I talked to one founder, I won't give his name. He literally decided as soon as he was acquired, he was going to go to the office barefoot every day and just read Harry Potter books and just be this like super weird guy until they'd kick him out and be like, you know what? You're just creeping everyone out. Just take the full earnout, leave, and like, let's just part ways. And it worked for him. Like he got it. But like, is he really proud of what he built? Is he really proud of like his team members that trusted in him? And then he just sort of like bailed on them? Probably not. And I can at least sit here today, talk to you and be like, I'm really proud of what we built. I'm really proud of what we did at Upstart post-acquisition. So I can walk away with like no regrets.